Hello and welcome to Viewpoint. My name is Volodymyr Sulup, and right now I'm joined by the director of Kyiv International Film Festival, Molodist, Mr. Andriy Khalpakhchi. Mr. Khalpakhchi, welcome to Ukraine today, and welcome to Viewpoint.
Thanks.
Mr. Khalpakhchi, you are the director of the oldest in Ukraine and one of the most prestigious in Eastern Europe film festivals, and it is kicking off on October 24th. Can you tell us what are the highlights of this year's program?
As a festival is really old festival with the title Youth. It's more traditions than everybody asking what will be new. This question cannot be put on Cannes Film Festival or Berlinale Film Festival. Of course, every year we try to find something new, but anyway, the most important is that it's still the competitive festival for the debuts, from the student films until the first feature-long film. And this is the point of our festival, that is really something another that we have in the world, as Cannes or Venice or something else. But of course, very important thing, because the festival is a mirror to show what the process is going in Ukraine. And for us, it's very important to have the national part of competition for the short films. So it's a good step for our Ukrainian filmmakers to be integrated in the world process. And we are proud that then they go for some prestigious big festivals.
Yeah, obviously everything is new at your festival, because this is the festival for the debut films of young directors. But can you give some highlights of what will be special this year? Are you expecting some new talents to be revealed? Are you expecting some very interesting films which would be interesting for the wider audience?
Yes, of course. And at first, we try to organize our festival not with one way, because usually everybody asking about art house movies and something experimental, etc. But for me, it's very interesting to present young cinema in all their possibilities, from the genre cinema to art house cinema. And what is very interesting is that the audience is expecting short films, because short films is not usually distributing all over the world, and it's only one possibility to see these new short films, where is a sense and some new way really coming up.
Mr. Khalpakhchi, can we talk about one film which will be broadcasted during the festival? I understand this is not part of the competition, so this film is not competing, but it will be broadcast, it will be shown during the festival. This is the film called The Valley of Love by a French director, which has its main role, starring role, is played by Gerard Depardieu, who was included on the sanctions list by the Ukrainian government as a person who is a threat to the national security. How did this film got to your festival?
As usually we saw this movie on Cannes Film Festival. That was in competition section in Cannes, and we have our program that called French Connection. It's French-speaking countries, and as Belgium, Canada, Switzerland, and of course France. And this is one of the most interesting movies that I saw last year. It's very personal, as for Gerard Depardieu, because it's connecting with his son who was died, and they had very bad relationship, as one describing of the character of Gerard. Another actress is Isabelle Huppert. And I think it will be interesting, because, of course, we are not interested to welcome Gerard Depardieu today, who was a big friend of our festival during many last years, but now his position is a little bit strange.
But do you think this is reasonable to show the movies which will otherwise, this movie will not be, it would not be broadcasted in Ukraine, it would not be broadcasted in the Ukrainian cinemas, it would not be broadcasted on the Ukrainian TVs, because the Ukrainian government authority regulator would not issue the permit for this film being broadcasted because of Gerard Depardieu's acting there and because of his position in the war which is now raging in Ukraine. So is it reasonable to show this movie at this time of war in Ukraine?
It's reasonable because as a person, he is not welcome in Ukraine, but his classical movies, as for example Danton by Andriy Khalpakhchi, I am sure still will be maybe on some TV or something else. We cannot put out all his background with the great movies.
Yeah, but these are the past works. But this is a new work. This is a new work, which most
this is a festival. This is for festival. It's really main goal of the festival to show something that will be not distributing in Ukraine, and
but it is not being distributed in Ukraine for a reason.
For reason, it's about the person, not about the film. Film and art, little bit another than position. You know, we can speak about the history when such great writer as Knut Hamsun, who was supporting fascism in his country, was forbidden for many years in Soviet Union, and only his books started to publish once again on 60s from the last century. And this is a question everywhere, the art and the person.
Mr. Khalpakhchi, you just said that Mr. Gerard Depardieu was a great friend of your festival, and he served as a jury member of one of the festivals in the past. How disappointed are you right now that he is so vehemently supporting President Putin in his aggression towards Ukraine?
He was not a member of the jury. It could be maybe very expensive to have him as a jury. It will be a lot of whiskey and something else. But, you know, this is why I spoke, for example, about Knut Hamsun, who was one of the most human writers and who supported fascism. Maybe we spoke about whiskey. Maybe to drink a lot, it's not the good reason. And he's a strange person, and sometimes as a child, and not to say that he's a stupid, but of course it's very strange and very sad that such kind of people who made the big a lot in the cinema, in the art, and so maybe it's the question how much to pay for him to support Putin.
So you think this is a question of money? He's being bought?
I'm sure. I'm sure that money is playing the big role, and I think that in this kind of propaganda, Russia in the first place, still to have World Cup of football, etc., etc. It's very strange.
Mr. Khalpakhchi, going back to your festival, I understand you are experiencing some financial problems with organizing the film festival, and just recently there was an article where you complained that the city government, the city municipality, is not supporting you as much as the other cities, Ukrainian cities, are supporting their local festivals. And you even said that you might be considering of relocating your film festival to Lviv. So how realistic is that the next year, the International Film Festival Molodist will be Lviv International Film Festival?
Why not? Why not? At first, Lviv is now really as the cultural capital of Ukraine. And in Kyiv, still a lot of problems, of course, after Maidan and so on. I can understand about the roads, but where is our roads? This is a question. And really, it's very difficult for many years to find the solution with the city government. Not depends from this city government. For all years, it was very difficult. And
yeah, but at the same time, you said the other Ukrainian cities are managing to finance their festivals, which are on a smaller scale than yours.
Of course, but this is a question not for me, but for the city government. For the city government, we tried to ask this question, but still no answer.
Understood. Well, we wish you best of luck with this year's festival, which is upcoming, which is starting on October 24th, and we'll see whether next year you're still in Kyiv or you were relocated to Lviv. Mr. Khalpakhchi, many thanks for finding the time to come and talk to us. This has been Volodymyr Sologub for Viewpoint, together with the director of Kyiv International Film Festival Molodist, Mr. Andriy Khalpakhchi. Thank you for watching us.